Well, good morning, YouTube. How you doing out there? As you can see, it's another bright and sunny morning here as we're heading off to our daily duties and tasks. Well, let me think what to talk about this morning. I was thinking, well, I'm in a lot of groups. I have a lot of time. I try to attend all the groups. I try to be involved. Why do you join motorcycle groups? Do you join because, one, you have nothing to do, two, there's a benefit to it, three, you want a sense of brotherhood. You want to be part of something. Used to be 20 years ago, a lot of these groups were quite large. The Harley owners group I was in had over 400 members. And they got together and did stuff. They used to camp and fish and had all kind of stuff happening. Now, I don't know what happened, because all this stuff you can still do, and it just takes some volunteerism and some people working at it. But it doesn't seem to be that way anymore. They just don't want to come, and they don't want to do nothing. They don't want to put any time in. They're not getting it. I'm just confused sometimes about it. I join groups to meet other people that like to ride like I do, and I like to ride. I meet a lot of people. I meet people I stick around and ride with all the time. It gives me more options. Sometimes, not everybody can do the same thing everybody else can do at the same time. But the number of friends I have, almost every weekend or anytime I want to go ride, I got somebody to go ride with. Somebody's going to go with me. And that's what it's about, enjoying the ride. Enjoying the ride and sharing the ride. And I always have something to talk about with somebody I ride with. This weekend coming up is flat track racing. I'll have a whole videos of just going riding and doing flat track racing. It's not a very expensive thing to do. It's an overnight ride. Ride out. It's like 170 miles, one way on one day. Go to the track, get up in the morning, and ride home. And it's going to be a nice weekend. It might rain on Sunday. The might is a big word. It's not going to rain here. Maybe it's going to rain there. But today, you can look all that up. You can wait to the last minute. They actually have a sale on hotel rooms, 20% off. We're saying it's 20% off. Can't beat that. It's after Labor Day. So now it's the hotels are looking to get people in one way or another. So, hey, I'll take advantage of that. Tickets aren't that expensive. Ain't like going to a football game. You're talking under a $50 ticket. They have food there, all that. They're trying to practice good COVID. There's less people, but still be a good crowd. And it's a bunch of other people like motorcycles. So it's definitely a good thing or fun thing to do. And I get to ride my bike there. And I get to ride I started out with 2. Now I think I'm up to 6 people going. And it'll be fun. And I get to ride with other people that like to ride motorcycles. That being said, why don't you join a group? There's so many different groups. And they all have different functions. They have different things to do. Riding groups, like everybody thinks HOG is a charity. HOG is not a charity. It is a riding organization. It's for riding for riding. You don't have to raise money. And I've done that fundraising stuff for years. Hey, it's all great to donate money, but at the same time, you can't tax them that much to do stuff. To constantly be raising money, it gets overwhelmingly, and you get tired. And today, get a GoFundMe page. There you go. You'll raise more money on the GoFundMe page with less effort than you would be trying to put a bike run together for charity. it just doesn't pay anymore. There's a lot of work going into those. You have food, concessions, and with COVID, you have issues with all that now. So you're not really going to get as much money as you want to get. And if you're not making at least 50% of what it costs to put it on, that's terrible numbers. Even the restaurant business does better than that, selling food. Can't make a living. So all that work to raise money, if you ain't getting 75% of your investment back on a return, then it's really not really worth all that effort. But hey, it's your choice, and it is always everybody's choice. Other groups, you can get into the women's riders, where it's all women and da-da-da if you're a woman. Can-Am has Spyder groups. You have Yamaha, you have Indian, you have all the different manufacturers have their groups, which have their pluses. Not just, like I said, Hog. I just said it because I know it, but I was also in Star, which is Yamaha Owners Group, and you have connections in that. I mean, I had a hole in my seat, and I put on their forum, I had a hole in the seat, anybody had a seat. And a guy I met in Delaware said, yeah, I'll send it to you for free for $30 for shipping. Okay. I got a $900 seat for $30. There's the pluses of being a group. That paid for itself. The membership paid for itself 50 times over. Just from that one act of kindness from that one man. That's the pluses to being in a group. You're in an accident. Some of them might help you. There's pluses to being in a group. I meet other people that have other hobbies. I'm a mechanic. I change oil on people's bikes for them. Or they'll come over to my house and I'll let them do it with my tools. And I'll show them how to do it. There's a plus. I save them tons of money. I'm not in competition with the shop. If they don't want to spend as much as it costs to do that, I can do it cheaper. It's on them. But I have the tools and the know-how to do it. If they want to save themselves some money, more power to them. If they don't, take it to the shop. But that's a plus to being a member of a group and meeting people in a group. There's lots of good advantages to it. Like riding on trips. I always got somebody going. This weekend, we went to the Dragon this year again, and a bunch of people went there. Last year I went to the back of the Dragon, took some friends with me then. There's pluses and minuses to everything, and I can't see too many minuses of being in a group. And then just that my shop actually gives you a discount, pays for itself in a membership, because if you buy a few items from the store or parts, the amount you save will pay for itself. So that's all I got to say about groups. I mean, like I said, this is not like group rides where you just show up at a event and go for a group ride. This is the people that you ride with all the time. They do group riding to events and to trips that you meet once a month and that you know. Riding in a group ride for a charity or something with people you do not know their capabilities, is a different type of riding in a group. There's different levels, you could say, or like I said, different types. Riding with a bunch of people and just a big charity ride with 400 motorcycles, yeah, that's always scary to me, because I don't know what the other guy's capable of doing. But at least in a riding group that I see somebody monthly and talk to personally, I have a good idea on their abilities. Or rode with them on different rides locally, short distance, long distance. I know their abilities more so than just some guy I meet at a group ride. So that's the difference we're talking about. We're not talking about just going on these big group rides and then doing the charities and all that. So, but anywho, that's my morning rant on group riding and why you should and should not. It's up to you. Join organizations to either raise money or ride with people or meet people. You bought a motorcycle take it out and ride it, take it out and play with it, any way you want to put it. But that's what it's there for, to enjoy and get out. And human beings are social animals, and riding is not a single person thing. It really isn't. Even Beamer riders have somebody else riding with them. It's a group thing to do. Alrighty, well, this is Beater Rider PA, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Like I always say, I'm out.